Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so 103-99 was the score. The Lakers won their second game in a row in Sacramento, third game straight in total. Very pleased with the Los Angeles Lakers for winning the game, but it wasn't pretty, man. We had a 10-point lead with like a minute and 30-something seconds to go and let the Sacramento Kings run it all the way down to like 2 and missed some clutch free throws down the stretch with Anthony Davis once again, only for Rui Hachimura to save the day by tapping the ball out to Austin Reaves, who knocked down 2 free throws to give us a 4-point lead that ultimately won the game. But this fourth quarter choke job was one to remember. It was a good game throughout for the most part. I had to shower during the third quarter because I'm about to get out of here with stuff I was telling you guys I had to do. But, the beginning of the fourth quarter, we seemed like we were doing all right. But, man, that choke job is really what the last thing is on in regards to myself is what I'm thinking about. 10 points for Anthony Davis, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 5 turnovers. Not quite the game we need from him. He obviously had great stats on the board once again, so we really appreciate that. The 3 blocks are always fantastic, but the 10 points, I felt like that was part of the problem down the stretch. We were doing Bron, Austin, Bron, D'Lo, 2-man game garbage that wasn't working. It was ridiculous. They stumbled all over themselves. It was pretty pathetic down the stretch of that game. Brown had a really good game aside from that, though. 1 of 8 from behind the arc wasn't great, but then again, nobody in our starting lineup really shot the ball very well from behind the arc. But 32 points, 4 steals, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, and 4 turnovers. But that last play down the stretch was like, you and D'Lo, huh? Really? Y'all gonna do that? D'Lo also had a good game. If you don't look at that happening, 7 of 13 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 20 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. I love what I saw from Cam Reddish, man. 5 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 4 rebounds, 0 of 3 from behind the arc, 2 of 7 from the field. We never grudge him by the points. We always give him credit for his defense, and his defense was stellar this evening, absolutely stellar. Definitely a big part of what went right down there. Rui Hachimura had 9 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, and of course the fantastic tip, which really saved the day, man. 1 of 5 from behind the arc, 4 of 8 from the field. So I had my moments out there with Rui, but he ultimately had a very good fourth quarter. Austin Reaves, 16 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 turnovers. Saved the day with the 2 free throws down the stretch. 1 of 7 from the 3, 6 of 14, so not a great shooting night. But we really needed those free throws to fall since AD was going to brick them. And by the way, AD only got to the free throw line 4 times, 2 of 4, and missed the 2 down the stretch. In 37 minutes of play, we didn't give him the ball, man. It was way too much everybody else, not enough him. And I like aggressive LeBron. 13 of 24 is great. 1 of 8 from behind the arc is trash. I need more attempts. Bron having 24 attempts and AD having 10 attempts in 2024, that's not going to work. I love Bron. I respect him when he's aggressive. I appreciate when he's aggressive. But there's a clear pecking order on this team, and you cannot double Anthony Davis's shot attempts and expect we're going to be very good offensively. 103 points scored, we were not very good offensively. It was too many threes jacked up for the type of shooting we did tonight. 1 of 5 from Rui, 1 of 8 from Bron, 1 of 7 from Austin, 0 of 3 from Cam. I didn't need all them threes shot. Haven't even got a chance to glance at the stats for the team as a total, but just looking at the box score tells me right there that we didn't shoot well as a team, and it almost cost us, man. I tell you, this was a fun game to watch, but down the stretch, this team really left us in a bad way with them turnovers and the lack of touches for Anthony Davis. Shot 48% from the field, 40 out of 83 to the Sacramento Kings going 43% from the field, 39 and 90. So I thought our defense was really good. Got to give credit to the defenders down there. But from behind the arc, 25% for us, 9 of 35, and 27% for them, 10 of 37. So neither team could really shoot from behind the arc. Tonight, the free throw line was bad, 66%, 14 of 21. That's bad. 11-14 for them. So us shooting 66% to their 78%. I'm not cool with the free throw line stuff tonight. We didn't do good there. From the boards, we were 48-46, so we won the boards by 2. Gave up 11 offensive rebounds, had 9 tonight. So not really the same type of night, but we still won the boards. And our turnovers were much better in the second half. I believe we had 9 in the first half, 5 in the second half for 14. So we did kind of calm down our turnovers. They too had 14 turnovers, and one more conceded point than we had at 19 to our 18. So fast break, 17 points to their 8. That's really good. And we fouled less than them, 20 fouls for them, 14 for us. 46 points in the paint for us, 48 points in the paint for them. So it was a pretty close game, man. Neither one of these teams really shot well. Too many 3-point shots bricked, I think, is kind of what the story is for both teams. Bad free throw shooting on our part kept this game close. Really had a good first quarter and 31 points, and then from there, we kind of had like 25 points, 22 points. So, not the greatest scoring night for our team, to say the least, but I think our defense made up for it. And I'm just glad the horn blew with us having the lead, because it was looking crazy, man. I was very happy with like 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. We're up by 10. We're going on a run, like 8-0 run. So it's like, yeah, we're closing out the quarter strong. And then Bron and D'Lo decided they wanted to do things by themselves and just ruined it, basically. That's utterly what it was. And thank God it didn't cost us, man. We had a 1 point to 10-point lead. That was our largest lead with like 2 minutes to go. And then we just crashed and burned. And if it wasn't for the Sacramento Kings fouling Anthony Davis inexplicably with 12 seconds to go, with 2 seconds on the shot clock for us, I don't know why Malik Monk fouled that man. That was the worst foul I had seen in the middle of a choke job. So while the other team, in their case us, is choking away the game, they foul in an inexplicable way. AD's falling away close to our basket in the corner, trying to hit a shot that he's likely not going to hit. All they had to do was keep their hands up, and they fouled him, sent him to the line. So, like, that really killed them with 12 seconds to go. But sure enough, AD saved the day because he bricked both the free throws. So it's just like, yo, these two teams do not want to win. You get down to the moment, the last 2 minutes of the game, and suddenly both of them forget how to play. And that kind of tells the story for me. But we won the game. We're happy to be on the right side of it. But boy, do we have a lot to be concerned with if we're going to continue this going into the next game against Detroit. We can't play like this. We have to be better. But I'm sure our team is glad to get out of Sacramento with 2 victories. We went through the process of seeing this team already twice in the last 2 days. And now we got to see them again on Saturday, next Saturday to be exact, at home. But at least we get to see somebody else in between time. Detroit, as I said, Monday. And then, of course, we're back up to the Bay Area for the Golden State matchup on Christmas Day. So, yeah, that's really what it is, man. I look at the box score for the opponent. I know they had a bad night shooting the ball. That's what it really comes down to. But Sabonis had 19 boards and 19 points. Gave up 5 offensive rebounds to him, so that's not good. 12 points for DeMar DeRozan. He's in a cold space right now. 4-10, 2 steals. Keegan Murray, 10 points once again. So they kind of had similar, production from their team as they had in the last game. De'Aaron Fox was hot, 12 of 17 from the field, 3 of 5 from the 3, 4-4 from the free throw line for 31 points, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 5 boards. And Malik Monk had a really cold night. 3 of 14, 1 of 8 from the 3-point line, 7 points, 8 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 5 turnovers. So he definitely did not have a great game for his standards, and it definitely helped us. Kevin Huerter was cold, 1 of 7 from behind the arc. Keon Ellis was 1 of 4 from behind the arc. They were cold there. So that's really what it comes down to. Sacramento Kings are struggling. They're a bad team at home, believe it or not. They've only won 6 games at home, 6 of 10, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Makes me happy. And we're glad to be able to have a 3-game lead on them. So we've officially won the season series against the Sacramento Kings for the first time in maybe like 3 or 4 years, believe it or not. So we're definitely happy about that. We're up 3-0, and we still got one more, of course, next Saturday against this same ball club in our building where they do play better than they do at home. Now let's look at the standings here, see if they've updated them. And our Lakers are currently in 5th place, man. 5th place, 16-12 with a 3-game winning streak. We found ways of winning on the road. This Sacramento Kings doubleheader definitely helped our road record at 7-9. So we're going to creep up in to 500. Hopefully, if we can snatch a game in Golden State and then get to whatever the next one would be after that. But this is good, man. We're above Denver. We're above Minnesota, Phoenix, Golden State, and the Clippers. This is good. We're tied with the Clippers for the 5th and 6th spot, with 16-12 being the record there for both of these LA squads. So Sacramento falls at 13-16. They are 12th place right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if they make a move or two to try to improve their team, or if De'Aaron Fox actually does get moved to somewhere like San Antonio, for which is being reported. But he wouldn't be making a big jump, to be honest with you, because San Antonio's a team right ahead of them with 14 and 13, kind of mixed with Phoenix, Minnesota, Denver, Golden State, and all of those teams with the 14 wins. It's 5 teams with 14 wins. So, yeah, that's what the West is looking like right now, with OKC at the top of it, 22 and 5. And feels good to be in 5th place, but we know we're 1 or 2 losses away from tumbling all the way down the standings. So we really need to take care of business against the Detroit Pistons, of whom we see again on Monday at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. Wow, man, that choke job really kind of took the wind out of my sails. I was enjoying this game rather much, and we really went on a nice surge to get that 10-point lead. But then we just started doing stupid crap, real stupid crap that did not involve Anthony Davis. And we're going to have to take a look at what we have to do to get Anthony Davis the ball. I don't want to treat this game like we lost, but it kind of felt like we did. And you look and see he had 10 points. That's just not going to cut it. It's too wildly inconsistent for me, man. One day he has 40 points. The next day he has 21 points. Then he's down to 10. What are we getting out of him in the next game? I don't know what to expect from Anthony. I love what he's doing on the boards. But for our team to have the issues offensively that we have, his inefficient offensive production is going to hurt us. Is going to hurt us in the long run. We're lucky to have won this game. But he can't have 4 field goals attempts and expect to win much. It's just not. That's not going to cut it, man. Or 10 field goal attempts rather. He had 4 at the half. That's not. That's not enough shooting. That's not enough production for Anthony Davis. And that's really what it comes down to, man. So that's my thought on things. I want to give the game ball to, let's see, who deserved it? I would say Bron probably deserved it with 32 points, 6 assists, 4 steals. But he choked down the stretch and was a little selfish for my liking. I'm going to be honest with you. I was a little upset at Bron. I didn't love what I saw, man. Even though he was aggressive in the first half, them 3-point shots that he jacked up were down the stretch just were not necessary, man. Very not necessary. I'm going to get the ball to Rui, man. I'm going to give the game ball to Rui, because at the end of the day, Rui did save the day with the tip out. Rui had 11 boards, which we need him to continue to crash. And though he had 9 points, under 10 points, which I'm still kind of tired of, he was a plus 10 out there, and it really helped us with a block, a steal, and an assist. And, without that tap, we probably lose. At the end of the day, without that tip out, we probably lose. D'Lo and LeBron looked like they had some of the best stats, and they were the culprits down the stretch to choke the game potentially away. And with AD, even though he was good in other areas, the 10 points, I'm not rewarding him for that. And the other guys played well, but I don't know that I can give them the credit that I give Rui Hachimura. But shout out to Max Christie and Cam Reddish, who really kept a good defensive presence out there for our basketball club throughout the course of this 2-game trip in Sacramento. They really did have a great defensive tandem of games there. So no complaints, really. I mean, like I said, I'm a little irritated because of how that last 2 minutes went, but ultimately this was a fun game to watch. We're happy to have won the 2 games against Sac, 3 on total against them. We want to close them out, get them broomsticks next Saturday. That's for damn sure. But I'm very, thankful to be able to have seen this game. And, I got some things I got to do right now, so I'm going to go take care of those. But this was a real treat for me to be able to actually watch this game, because it looked very bleak for me. And we'll see what happens on Monday. I think I'll be able to watch that one too, depending on how the day shakes out. It seems that there would be reason for me to be able to be somewhere to watch the game at 7:30. So hopefully it all works out. I don't have to miss a game. But this was the one that I thought I really had no chance of watching. So very thankful for the man upstairs making that happen. And that's about as much as I can give y'all. I got to get out of here now. But I definitely want to say that this game was a team effort. It was a lot of good energy, a lot of good defense. We are a good defensive team over the last 5 games. I think a lot of it has to do with Max Christie being inserted to the starting lineup and his production there. And Gabe Vincent had another good shooting night, 2 or 3 from behind the arc, 6 points, 1 steal. That was a good road trip for him coming home to Sacramento. So we're pleased with how he played in both of those games. He's really shooting well from behind the arc right now. And so that is a far cry from what we've seen, and we love that. Couldn't do this without D'Lo and LeBron's production. They gave us 52 points between the two of them, but I cannot reward them after what I saw in that fourth quarter. I can't. Those were the two best players on the floor, arguably, with Anthony Davis helping in other areas. But those are the two highest scorers. And I'm not giving them the game ball. That was some bullcrap. It really was. But Austin Reeves was pretty good, but his inefficiency was kind of glaring there. So I think for me, I'm just going to give it to Rui, man. Crashing the glass. 8 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds there. 11 rebounds, 8 on the defensive side, 3 on the offensive side. And that tip out just saved the day, man. Saved us all from our own stupidity, pretty much. So that's what I have to say, man. Glad they've gotten the win, man. Hate Sacramento. Glad they can't light the beam again. Glad I don't have to hear no more cowbells. You know, they were a festive bunch. To watch their crowd and everything they had going on. I thought they put on 2 good shows in a row. So kudos Sacramento for being good hosts. But I'm happy to walk out of there with victories as usual, man. We own the Kings historically, and that's not going to change. BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching.